What lies beneath all that is wrong in our world today is a deepening moral crisis. The evidence is everywhere. In the intolerance of rampant racial and ethnic hate crimes, the greed of corporate criminals stealing hundreds of billions of dollars, immorality, with online pornography now $1 billion a year business, and more than half of all marriages ending in divorce. While over the last 4 decades, violent crime has increased by 500%. At the root of all of it is a loss of basic morals and values. But helping to reverse this decline and restoring to man integrity and trust is the way to happiness, the first moral code based wholly on common sense. Authored by L. Ron Hubbard in 1980 to fill the moral void in an increasingly materialistic society, the 21 precepts of this code restore the bonds that unite mankind. Entirely non-religious, it can be followed by anyone, of any race, culture, or creed. Because the acts of others profoundly affect one's life, by presenting copies of The Way to Happiness to friends and associates, one improves his own survival by restoring morality to those around him, helping them better survive and lead happier lives. In turn, they pass copies of the book on to those whose lives they influence, guiding others to treat their fellows with kindness, compassion, and respect. At this grassroots level, more than 70 million copies of The Way to Happiness have passed from hand to hand across more than 100 nations. But repairing the moral fabric of society is a big job. That's why in 2003, the Way to Happiness Foundation established its new international headquarters in Glendale, California. It's here educators, corporate executives, legislators, and dignitaries from the world over learn how they can use this vital book to bring about urgently needed change in their businesses, communities, and nations. The foundation, as the central coordination point, also establishes a growing network of Way to Happiness offices, which assists thousands of individuals and groups to distribute the book across every sector of society. To meet the increasing demand for the booklet, the headquarters' state-of-the-art printing facility allows for it to be printed instantly and in any of more than 90 languages. With personalized covers, individuals, businesses, and governmental bodies adopt and distribute the book as their own, making the Way to Happiness message their message. Recognizing the effectiveness of the book, businesses conduct their own Way to Happiness campaigns, including employee workshops that foster a more ethical workplace, and distribution to customers to encourage honesty and trust. Taking responsibility for establishing a moral future, companies sponsor youth programs that draw upon the precepts of the booklet. Thousands of schools and youth groups take part in Set a Good Example contests, inspiring millions of students to take action in their neighborhoods, carrying out cleanups, graffiti paintouts, and other activities that protect and safeguard their communities. Still more get the Way to Happiness message through 21 public service announcements, one for each precept, airing on screens in nations the world over. The book has also proven to be a powerful force for crime prevention and rehabilitation. Programs utilizing the Way to Happiness operate in prisons, juvenile centers, and probation offices, giving offenders a moral code they can use to become honest, productive citizens. Law enforcement officials have used the Way to Happiness as a tool to reverse the trend of crime and violence, taking its message right to the streets, to city parks dedicated to the precepts, and to tens of millions more through internationally televised events. While in areas torn by civil unrest and war, mass distribution by volunteers replaces conflict and violence with reason and calm. From quelling racially sparked violence in an American city to restoring order on the riot-torn streets of Venezuela, to helping build a common bond between Palestinians and Israelis. In country after country, local and national leaders issue official recognitions acknowledging the way to happiness for instilling humanity and compassion into whole communities and entire nations. All that stands between the world conflict we face today and one that is compassionate and peaceful is finding common values upon which all can agree, no matter their nationality, race, or religion. It is in your power to help point the way to a less dangerous and happier life. Give the way to happiness to those you care about, so they too can pass it on. Sponsor a campaign to distribute it, or start a group and help restore to an entire area decency and morality. Wherever the way to happiness reaches, like gentle oil spread upon the raging sea, the calm and peace flow outward and outward, leaving in its wake a world built on tolerance, trust, and understanding.